for Carmine Corp. And as we see the agent select, no big surprises, really. This is one of ATN's weaker maps. They lost it 13-3 to Bartha, running this same composition. But right now, Carmine Corp, they are looking unstoppable on the map. GX's Harbor, I'm a bit of a Harbor doubter, I'm gonna be honest, but GX makes it look amazing, makes it look like it should be meta, and her stats on this agent are incredible.
I mean, they buffed him recently. Why not? Why not try and make it work? And it's been quite interesting. There's been a lot of conversation, you know, especially about that B site with just the running in, getting it planted, heading out. A bit very, you know, sunset reminiscent, dare I say. But you're right. The Harbor is an off-meta pick that's been working surprisingly well. But we've seen a lot of these teams being really quite experimental with some of the stuff we've seen. We talk a lot about, you know, the double duelist coming on out from ATN, and that's been across maps where we don't even necessarily see it all that often. So I think that it's been kind of a matchup where these teams have been willing to be a little bit more experimental with it.
Yeah, and I think you've got to be with Breeze, right? Breeze coming back in with the changes, as you mentioned. You've got to try and experiment and try slightly new things to really kind of get a lead in the meta right now. Obviously, Double Duelist very strong. Double Duelist isn't Carmine Corp's strong suit. They can play it, and we've seen Anacelia pop off on the Yoru, yes, but it is exactly where ATN shine. And for me, I'm looking at them to improve from their match against Bartha here, because the Jet and the Euro combo, it doesn't have the explosive power and the kind of follow-up capability of the Waylay Yoru or the Waylay kind of, you know, with anything else, because Pure just looks best on that Waylay, to put it simply. But still, the Jet Euro should be good, and I'm hoping that they've brought something new here to Breeze.
I hope so. And it's also quite exciting that we're getting to see, you know, a whole host of different maps coming out from this veto, that we're not just running it back, you know, step for step, exactly what we saw last time they played. In fact, the only map that we're seeing overlap here is that Bind Decider. But here we go, getting ready for the pistol round. Leaning heavy into the Sheriffs here for ATN. Oh, but Belossi decided to go for a little bit more utility on the side here.
I mean, it's a good buy up on Breeze. You've got those long distances you want to have the Sheriffs for, but KC, we're seeing them lean towards the A site. Probably a hard exit coming out here. They love hitting A. The Harbor's so good at it. And with this KO, Anacelia can shut down any stall potential on site and just allow her team to take it.
Here we go, silently creeping on in through elbow. Four of them swing out, a conga line. And they've not spotted anything just yet, but this in and of itself is information to work with. Super quick execute comes on out. Knife scans close, not going to see anybody. Wall, and that's going to be the spike going straight on down. And Safia, a lovely position here to try thin the hood. They're not expecting it though. Finds the first, and when you're swung by four, I think you just take that. Karina, there is the trade comes on through, but now all of the information as to where they were heading.
Toxins going up.
Goes back on up. Lovely shot from Celia. Purity pushing on forward, making this site feel claustrophobic. And Celia cut off by the wall, just waiting. Glance up top, taken down by Celia again. And Celia trying desperately to get that fragment off to try stall them in time for GX. GX finds the first, is going to take down Purity. Here's the tap on the spike. Now the fight needs to be won out by Karina. Health, oh so low. Running on forward is just going to try stick it, halves it, but the time... Oh, GX is playing with it, and there it is. Finds the shot. It's going to be oh so close, and just about misses. KC, hang on for dear life, and it's a Red Bull clutch to kick us off.
What a way to start this map. GX with that reflank, going all the way up and around the back of the A site. A great start to the fight there. Did obviously get traded out, but... this from GX to wrap around the back of Celia and just to waste the time. She played it right down to those milliseconds. And now KC, first round on the board. This is their map pick. They're expected to do well. And they've now got the bye. They'll be looking for now, though, into a big group of ATM players.
That they will. See, take down the horn. Nothing else spotted just yet. Glance. A little bit of spray on through. Warning sign. Don't go here. Do not test us. And a heavy stack over towards A.
Yeah, they're going to push into it. They keep on going.
Indeed. Clearing it on out with the Prowler. Here's the orb. Nobody is going to swim off the back of this. Frosty Smoke comes out. Ooh, but Alkia swings just in time before it blossoms. Finds a pick, and they'll take that and back away. Knowing that they've got the player advantage, that's all they want right now.
Yeah, they're probably looking to go towards B. Alkia, though. She's out in the open.
Lovely trade there coming on through. Trying to at least keep it somewhat humble. So out in classic, up close. Manages to find the dink on the second, but Glance does find the trade here. Bossy, teleport trying to throw them off here, but the Haunt, that's going to be all of the information that they need. Dancing with the corner there. Safia's going to find the pick now. Just Celia left. Incredible last round, trying to bring it to something winnable, but now 1 versus 3, it's a lot to ask, and there's a lot of distance to cover to even get to site. And this is being
Safia's
held.
holding it.
Ooh. Shots don't connect and a lot of damage done, but again, I think ultimately it's all just flashy, it's all for show, it's not going to be round defining, but you could take maybe a couple of weapons out of hands, that'd be enough.
Big damage already. You know, Sheriff, it could do a lot of work here. Glance, Safia both looking low.
That they are, but whether they give in the fight, that's another matter. They've got to find an exit path, though, and there it is, GX. The high-low will reign supreme, and Celia unable to find much more to work with. But alas, that was just the eco. Now we get into a little...
They're still not feeling super comfortable with how this buy is going for them right now.
No, they are not. I'm going to be interested to see how the bonus round's gonna sort of work here. It feels like it's been a pretty overwhelming with the starts of these rounds here from KC, and how far they're actually going to be allowing anyone to get. That's the next question. But again, all just hypotheticals at the moment. I think this will really kind of set the pace. If KC can get another round here, I fear that the Reyna dominance might just be beginning, and that's going to be a difficult throne to de-seed them from.
Yeah, it's going to be all about momentum, especially on a map like Breeze, where, you know, you need to be winning your aim duels. That's what the map is all about.
That's
you
why
need
I hate
the
the map.
confidence. Yeah, that's why you hate it. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, right? But like, for me, it is all about how they are going to be pushing forward. They get a couple of kills. They use that confidence in the momentum to get a few more, to continue waving that on through. And Casey, they did still save 3 guns in. So...
Okay.
This does mean that ATN, they're still going to have to be a little bit careful about their next bonus round, because, you know, there's still a reasonably good round coming out from Carmichael.
Yeah, very much the case there. Yeah, just in a little bit of a tech pause. Sorry, everybody. You're still, you know it's bad when our ugly mugs are back so soon. But I think you're right. Was there anything else coming into this? Because I know that you've done a little bit of looking at the maps. Was Breeze one that you looked at much specifically for anything maybe we can highlight in terms of what we can expect to see set plays? Why maybe?
Yeah, so I mean, from the side of Carmichael, what they're doing is not a lot of massive set plays on this map. Most of what they're doing is utilizing the harbor to be executing onto A as their final site most of the time. They do go towards B. They do a lot of mid-defaulting as well. On ATN's side, though, expect them to be going aggressive on the defense. We saw that on the pistol round where they were walking through tunnels over towards B. Expect to keep on seeing it. Not always over towards B, sometimes A. But for now, as we come back in, KC, a low buy, a bonus. And they're just going to be starting with this mid-default, pretty standard from them.
Now, Celia dancing with the idea of it, but the one way, all too dangerous to poke the belly of the beast of GX. Covering the crossing there, giving them the ability to work through mid. Smoke comes down. Not going to be seeing anything yet. So patient from KC.
Yeah, they popped that harbor smoke very early. It got immediately broken, and kind of all of the value of that is immediately gone. KC, they're going to re-explore over towards A main as ATN. They're just leaving the line.
That they are. And oh, ships in the night, we talk about them. They haven't gone too far, but still going to be an awkward angle to fight from, especially with the high tide going on up. Purity, a little bit of spray through, hoping to connect something, anything. Unfortunately, that spike's going to go down. No remorse, no time to stop it. But the retake's already on site, and it's going to be messy for KC to try fight anywhere else, to try find this space to work with. He goes out. Jade swings on out, finds the first there. GX looking to try tuck on in. Flash goes over. It's going to be information. Can hear the footsteps. Trying desperately to weather the storm of the utility there. Face first into Purity. Purity's going to find the pick there. Glance also taken down. They're just looking to stick this. And unfortunately, awkward angle to try spray from main. Blossy, ever the diligent bodyguard. And they just about managed to get the defuse on through before the gravity well. And ATN steal the round from right underneath KC's noses.
And like KC aren't expected to win it, no, but still, it looked so close, but just the star wasn't put down there from Safia in time. If she'd put that down a little bit earlier, if the team would be able to stall that retake a tiny bit longer, yeah, maybe, but GX just immediately taken down by Purity. And yeah, a couple of nice shots here with the Sheriff, with that Outlaw, yes. But if you're not getting your star down, that's a big part of your post plan. And now we're going to see KC settling back down, a standard mid default. Knife, just make sure no one's going to be popping out of that smoke anytime soon. And they're going to realize that the top of mid is pretty open. What they've got to look for, though, is where this Euro and where this Jet are. They've not spotted them yet.
Not quite yet. About to be in for a nasty surprise. Glance spots the gun barrel of the first. Purity, instant trade comes on through. And now we're going to head back onto that side. A little bit wary that if there was one there, maybe elbow, a little bit more vulnerable than expected. But actually, no, it's back over towards A. KC head once again. And Cilia clearing this on out, making no attempt to conceal themselves. First fight with Blossy goes their way. There's a trade, but it's quickly put back down. 2 for 1. Buy one, get one free deal. And you're snapping that up every day of the week. 2 versus 3 in the retake. GX smoke goes on out, playing not at the corner of it but in the smoke here. Purity hoping to spot something, anything. Force the smoke, and it's lovely. It's snappy from GX. Immediately turns attention back. 1 player left. Celia working her way on through, clearing out these angles. She's managed to get a little bit further into sight. Perfect use of timing, but the jump spot's going to catch her. Swung out, find GX. Knows where Anasilia is. Safia, still an unknown entity in the wind. Finds the first clearing out the corner, but just drawn too far away from the spike. And look at the rotate on through here, just hoping they're not going to go for it. And look, punishing on the exit. Safia will deliver. And KC, again, straight back on the board.
Yeah, what a nice round there. Just to stabilize, to take it back on round 4. It's the round they needed, and this is now looking rough for ATN because they want that operator online. They want Purity able to have the big scope, but it's not coming on through as she gets taken down there by GX. And a bit of miscommunication, I think, from the KC players. You know, they hadn't realized that ATN, they'd got over towards the site. But now, Celia, eco round, Sheriff by, and she's got the Viper's Pit over towards B, locking this down, shutting it out and saying, KC, you're going back to A, but KC are happy with this. They like executing the A site, so ATN, they're pushing middle.
It's the perfect counter to what has been the problem the past couple of rounds here. Not spotted anything immediately, so going to head back over towards A. Full trust in Celia's ability to lock this down if anyone heads their way. Blossy wanting to have a little bit of a peek at this. Recon Dart goes out, not going to spot anything, going to take up this space. And again, KC, they're just being patient here, but back in mid, now that everyone's gone, waited out the early adaptation, now they're just going to storm through, cut through the site. Purity, what a shot. On the angle, it's perfect. Needs a little bit more, though. Has Celia nearby, and this Viper's Pit still up. GX round the corner. Gonna find the trade there. Celia backing away. Spots an elbow. Nightfall comes back out. The counter to this smoke screen. GX finds immediately, and there it is. It goes down, and now suddenly so vulnerable. Karina, though, a little bit closer than maybe they expect there. Jade in window to draw the attention away. Gets taken down. Karina to swoop in and find the kill. And now slowly round the corner, footsteps heard, GX lined up for the first. Oh, ducking and weaving around the bullets. Blossy limbos just about enough. Smoke to go out for herself, and this is an awkward angle. Safia's got to push all the way round. This time, the star's available. Blossy vulnerable. Concussed goes on out, finds the pick, and there's plenty of time for it. Maybe a little bit over eager to stop this defuse, and in the process gives Blossy the perfect chance to clear this one on up.
I mean, it's not counted as a thrifty there, but that was a very low buy. ATN not expecting any wall to win it out, but we want a shot with the Sheriff for both Celia and Purity to open that up. And Blossy's awareness that the second star is going to come down, the stun is going to come on straight to her. That what she needs to do, what she needs to aim for is to try and surprise Safia, because Safia is usually so good in these late round clutches. She's a player that we saw in the group stage win them out so consistently. And ATN may be finding out where those weaknesses are, and now KC, they've got their own eco round, low by a rush over towards A.
Oh, shock dart ready. A lot of splash damage available here, but timing going to be everything. Here's the crowd come on out. Oh, it just catches on the corner. It's actually going to do a tiny bit of damage to herself. Alki around the corner with speed unparalleled. But Jade, back-to-back shots. Celia comes swooping in as well to find third. And everything back under control from them. Dimensional drift coming on through, clearing out everything. Trying to find somewhere safe to play this post-plant. Counter-dimensional drift used as well, and there it is out in the open. Jade's going to find one with the classic, and now Alkia left with a monumental task in hand. Purity going to find the pick, defuse, take your time with it, enjoy the sights. And that's going to be ATN closing up this gap incredibly quickly.
So quick, another thrifty, almost there coming through from KC, but ATN, they're so solid on their retakes over towards the A site. It's no surprise that they're able to come on through with it. Yes, they got the better guns as well. But now we're tied, and I'm starting to wonder for KC. Yes, it was only an eco round. It was only a 50. I'm starting to wonder if we need to see a timeout already, because this is KC's map pick, right? Haven, next map. Not a great map for KC at all, and you want to get as many rounds as possible on this first half. Look at that, the 3 defuses coming through for ATN. They're so good at it. But now it's a gun round, it's a buy round. Light shield's mostly online for ATN as well. It's middle, KC. That's what they take, and I think Purity's been heard there by GX.
I can only assume so. Overdrive popped. Long range Hunter's Fury trying to thin this out. Takes down Anacilia now. Should be able to, pick her straight back up, but gonna be a little bit of a problem. Location now known, and look at this. Spike hasn't gone down this time, and already swarmed, surrounded. And Acilia gonna swing on out, find Celia. That's a huge piece to find. Flash goes around the corner. Nobody gonna be peeking though. Spike goes down. GX found another. Cosmic Divide comes on through and try to get the flash on over and try to stop them pushing this wall there. Just buying themselves precious seconds, knowing that's been what it comes down to. The paranoia just missing. Alkia finds one. Anacilia with another, and now Jade. Huge task, and GX to swing on out has been incredible, and it is flawless for KC to get themselves back on the scoreboard.
I mean, if Blossy's paranoia had been slightly further to the left there, that entire round, it might have been different, but KC getting up to 4, getting the lead back into their hands as much as possible. The Hunter's Fury, it was a really nice idea, but Anacilia immediately picked back up, able to continue to contribute into the round with the kills afterwards as well. And Jade left all alone, surrounded, taken down by the KC players, and I mean, look at this. They've got the buy. Jade has the op, but it's nowhere near the KC members as they're looking to head towards B.
They are using the 1 second smoke that dissipates across. Look at this. Investing that ultimate going on through. The wave clears on, and that allows the players that are pushed through mid to activate. But Jade, undeterred by the giant wave, comes on through. Anacilia with 2. That's immediately back in the scoreboard. Finds 3. Now needs Safia to step on up here. Blossy goes down, and there's nobody left for the retake. Karina's trying to make it happen solo. Could see Anacilia, but Anacilia ready, and for her 4th kill in the round. And KC onto site once again. We've seen them mostly lean to this A site, but they've shown B site just as vulnerable for ATN.
I mean, Anacilia is only 2 away from another null command here, getting up so quick to that KO ult, and yet a timeout has to come through for the Rubies. They need a second to talk and to think and to work out how they can counter this. Their rotations, it felt like they were in time. Jade was there and ready to get that kill with the operator. But Anacilia just chopped them apart piece by piece. And now ATN's timeout. They've got to work out how they can get there quicker, how they can not have to deal with these retake scenarios.
Yeah. I'm interested to see, because this has been a very back and forth game. It's not really allowed either team to establish themselves too much of a lead here.
The big thing for me here, though, is Alkia getting this op online. That could really mean KC snowball this lead. Yes, it's on the attack side, but when you've got someone like Anacelia that can pseudo entry for you on the KO, you're not really bothered that you don't have, you've got the op, so Guru can't entry. And Alkia has been so clean with this operator when she's able to have it. This means that KC might just keep on rolling through with it.
I would not be surprised, and once you start to see that roll, it doesn't stop. We're getting ready to go. Immediately off the board, knife over the top there to scan. Trying desperately to duck out of range of it. Successfully dodges Celia, allows the wall to go up there. Orb secured there, Anacelia 1 away from the null command. GX holding the line in mid. Knows that they've got to be curious. They've got to have a look at mid at some point.
Yeah, and KC, they're usually going mid, right? ATN, they're prepared for this to shut it down. But KC have switched it up, the change of the tempo. And now ATN swing into GX. They actually get that kill. That is a huge one. The Harbor gone means that the executes and the post plants are going to be so much weaker.
Yeah, it is going to be a little bit of a laboured one here. No smokes to allow them. They've just got to swing these fights. And we talked about this being an A map. Another orb selected, picked on up means no command. Back out again. They're probably wondering how on earth they found themselves all suppressed once more. Anacelia dropped again. Will be picked up there by Glance Jade, making a lot of noise here, trying desperately to weasel her on out. Goes face first into two of them. Jade finds two. It's the only hope they have now. Celia backed into a corner. Glance swings on out with the op. Pixel, perfect, finds themselves a 6th.
And I was not sure if that would happen as soon as that Harbor, as soon as GX got taken out. Not only is she crucial for the executes with her high tide, look at her kills, 11 and 7. She's already popping off. But KC, they managed to stabilize and come back regardless. Sending Alkia up through this little ratty path through the middle of the pyramids to catch people out. The timing was impeccable. And I'm starting to think this is KC, this is the map they chose. Obviously they wanted to play this map. They had some ideas. But you can really see that they are feeling so comfortable. As ATN, they're down to another low buy. A 4-1 stack towards the A site, and it's only Sapphire holding down A main.
I am secretly loving the judge. Anyone that has ever met me knows that I am a little bit biased towards a good little shotgun play, but I fear maybe not going to be given the angle, the distance needed to make it truly sing here, especially with Sapphire long range. Flash goes on out, dodge, lines up the second. Karina will trade, that's a weapon upgrade available for them. Alkia now trying to pioneer in towards this B site. Not going to spot anything yet. Gonna head back in, return towards main. Wall goes up, but it is going to be short-lived. Snakebite goes out, just desperately trying to put distance here, falling back and being pushed further and further and further until it's only the back wall she has to play against. But she's completely unaware. The knife kill comes on through from Anacelia. Jade will find a trade kill, but it is consolation prize at this point. 2 versus 3, drone goes out, it's going to be spotted, it's going to give the information as to where Karina is playing on here. Recon dart goes on out, it's going to be destroyed, not going to spot anybody here. Karina now just having to swing these fights, everyone just tucking in, doesn't want to give them anything for free. Clone coming on out, you can hear the op and it's a scary prospect. Flash comes on out, manages to take the fight with the op and win. Jade swings, but Anacelia is there, ever diligent, the last gatekeeper to keep these rounds safe and secure.
And Carmine Corp's fundamentals went out again. That is the kind of round that if you watch EEQ, Jade wins those 1v3s almost every time. But here in the main stage, in playoffs, we've got ATN for the first time. It is a struggle as that knife kill comes on through. I can't believe we saw that.
We've done Celia a little dirty with that one, I think. That one's... Moving on, though. Another happened. We never saw anything, right?
Yeah, we never saw it. The shorty, it's fine. She meant to go for the knife kill. And that's our first match of playoffs, and we've already got that coming out as KC. They go for the mid default again, but Jade's gone aggressive with the op.
Oh, smoke comes on out. Actually, Alkia looking just to peek on through it. And now, as they crawl through mid, Spike's been left behind in favor of just taking this early space, and Safia are going to be bringing it along for the ride later in the round, I'd imagine. Actually, they've not spotted anything. They've been pretty much unstoppable in mid.
Anacilia's flashes have been incredible, but Jade, she knows that she can't really peek this alone. And there's no support to back her up, so she's kind of just gonna let them walk towards the B site. But they've still not got the spike.
Face your fear!
No, they don't, and it's a long trek back to get it. And the Nightfall invested early means that all that information can be a little bit out of date by the time that it gets there. And actually, now you can see them looking towards A. They've pulled over all of the rotates, but it's a bait and it's a switch. And now we're getting the switch part of that. Purity's found one, and all this is doing is selling this further and further. But actually, look, they're not going to head into A. They're heading back into B, and they're surrounded on all sides. Jade pops out of the dimensional drift, and they don't realize they're about to get dogpiled. But that's the reality. Marked by the Haunt, Jade's found another one, and as you can see, they all just topple. Safia, this last player left, with the AWP maybe just looking to save it, and this round overcooked, burnt, cremated even. And there's no time to do anything, and we'll be allowed to save the weapon, but it's just pity points.
I mean, KC had that round, had this win in the palm of their hands. The A site was completely open as Purity peeks in and gets her head cleanly chopped off by Safia. Bit of a risky move, but that's fine. Going to the last round of the half, but KC threw that away. They made the wrong read in that last second moment. The audible just was not correct, and now no timeout coming through on the attack side for Carmine Corp. I don't think they need it. Getting 7, if they can get the 8, they'll feel very, very comfortable. They've got the 2 big ults for this as well. Anacilia only 3 away. That's very reachable for this round too. So ATN, they've got to stop this spike from ever going down.
And we've seen them just play for orbs to get Anacilia's ult online before. Alkia can be clearing on a lot of space here. Spots 2 players. So much information. And look, all of the info on site as well. Cosmic Divide's going to come on out. The jump on back. Alkia breaks free. Oh, missed shot. Needed that one. And look, so far away are the rotate. Safia's got Purity. And now back sight, that's all you have to deal with. GX has found one. Celia trying to keep their hopes and dreams alive to secure them a 5th, but it's looking unlikely. That wall falls, and unfortunately as they back away, this is a really difficult one. So tucked in here, Blossy trying to isolate fights that are just so far removed from each other. The crossfires upon crossfires has actually managed to wrap around a little bit here, but should be being accounted for. Safia's found one, Jade on site, and I mean, this is a matter of what you can find. Anacilia peeks on out, and KC will be leading 8-4 at the half.
Everyone's motor functions okay? I know humans get tired.
Spike down. Last player standing.
Welcome back, you beautiful people. 8-4 is where we left off, and it's where we're going to pick back up here. KC taking the first half of their map pick by storm. Now we want to see them continue this reign of dominance. ATN, a pistol round here would be a really nice switch up of the pace. We've not seen them get anything more than 2 rounds consecutively, so pistol round here, a bonus, and then the conversion off the back of that as well would be the cherry on top of trying to make this comeback.
And they've not gone for 4 sheriffs this time. They need a little bit of utility to be able to execute towards the site. But the B side is mostly open. Sadly for ATN, though, it's held down by Safia, and she's very good on this anchor. She's been spotted, though.
I'll find you.
As indeed, and look, Lance already here. The team's rotated on in. Amazing flash there. Purity and Jade both finding their respective picks. Safia not quite able to connect those punishing shots here. Onto site, need to deal with Safia. There's one headshot instantly. Retribution is dealt here. Spike goes down. Glance spamming, hoping to find something, knowing that at least one of these players is pretty low. Wall comes down. No one is going to be peeking this. GX needs to be the attention-drawing player here. But head taken, removed from her shoulders. And that leaves just Glance with such a monumental task. And you know that she was playing on this side of the site. Swings on out, finds Celia. There is Blossy trying to draw the attention. Does, in fact, and Celia for the trade. Beautifully done by ATN to secure themselves the pistol.
Yeah, I mean, like KC, they looked pretty good. They were there in time, but ATN's pistols are almost unstoppable. They've got the best attack-sided pistols in the league right now, and you can really see that coming on through. The execute was really nice. I love the idea from GX of that high tide to try and shut down the back of site to make sure ATN was stuck in the front and that KC could swarm for the flood, but it did not work, and now ATN, pretty big buy up Purity. I'm expecting her to go and hunt for a couple of kills here as KC looking to take mid. GX's wall and the flash, I'm imagining most of the util to take this away from ATN, force them towards one of the extremities.
Find out, but ATN, they've been so patient. They have not made a single move just yet. In fact, they're still having a little bit of a picnic in spawn here, hoping to draw out KC. Know that at some point they do have to make a little bit of a move. They're going to use the guise of the wall to cross there, but so patient. And Casey probably wondering where even are their opponents.
Just quiet silence, and yeah, they do make the right call. They saw nothing out towards A main, so they're already towards B. This is how an eco round happens. This knife man and Celia are going to confirm the presence.
Nice goes on out, spotted 3. They're going to be on high alert here. Jade's already found the first, though. The gravity well really kind of catching Jade in an uncomfortable position there, but the rest of the team around them clears the corner. Anacilia goes down. Alkia's found one, but Purity's on an absolute tear. The Marshall, oh, she makes it look effortless. Spike goes down, and there's nothing GX can do.
Yeah, I mean, she's kind of left alone here. Completely by herself in mid. Actually, she does manage to take down Jade. That's a phantom if she can get it. The smoke is potentially good, but Purity's already inside waiting. Receive the gun as well. It's just the Marshall for GX to pick up. No one on ATN is that going to kill. Not in a one shot to the body at the very least. Cecilia tries to find GX and stop her from getting any exit kills.
This is going to be an awkward one. You can hear so many footsteps already round the corner, able to scope in, but Celia just has your name, has your number, comes knocking for the last. No survivors, no weapons allowed to be saved. ATN find the conversion. And the bonus, we said, a nice win here. Yes, they're going to have a little bit of a weapons disparity, but if they can find this, finally they put 3 in a row on the board, breaking their streak, breaking their curse, and setting them up pretty nicely to try maybe even cause an upset here.
Yeah, this is the kind of round that ATN are known to win. On the round 3, they've got 3 big rifles and still a Guardian and a Bulldog as well online. This is the kind of thing where they could pull something crazy out the bag, but KC, they're taking the fight to them. Or not?
I was going to say, this has been a lot of will they, won't they, hasn't it? You know, will they go mid? No, they're just still in spawn. Will they go A when it's clear? Nope, still going to head B. A lot of doubts, and that makes it difficult to try read what they're going to be up to as well. So, a double-edged sword. hesitancy can be lethal, but also it makes you difficult to predict.
No charges.
Back in their spawn once again. Actually, this time looking, though, to head over towards A. Jade could make a lot of noise here. We've seen the fakes work really well for them. And now Jade slowly crawling on through. Glance. It's going to be the first, potentially, victim, but all looking the wrong way. Oh, able to gate crash just in time off the back. GX wall comes on out. I don't think that's going to stop Purity, however. Climbing the rungs of the ladder through each layer of smoke, each layer of defense. Hospital comes on out. GX moves down 3. The paranoia doesn't come through in time. And these paranoias, ever so slightly misplaced, have been the demise of so many. Alki has found 1. And Glance with the last. Blossy can only put 1 kill on the board. And KC, first gun round is theirs. And they said, no, we don't want to hear any doubts about this being our map.
And it is their map. The way that they are so confident to let the time tick down, to let ATN overthink themselves out of the round and to just have GX. I mean, look at the spray control there. The paranoia comes through, yes, but a little bit delayed, and she's just able to keep the trigger down and get those kills. And now ATN, they've got the buy up, yes. Ults, relatively close to getting the dimensional drift online, but again, mid-control for KC, taking so much space, and GX is going so deep here with the rest of her team.
Purity gonna be the first up onto the chopping block. GX here, holding the angle. Oh, actually gonna spot Jade first. Is a little bit more than just 1 gun firing her way, though. Gonna throw in the fragment there on the gravity well as well. It's a devastating combination here. Both sides denied the fight they're itching for. Alkia, though, cuts through mid, finds Karina, and that's a bit of a worry because now they know how far they've pushed through the map. How much control they have over the entirety of Breeze.
And this is why KC are so good on this map. They're so good at the map control.
Jade, lovely swing round. Alkia instantly for the trade, needs 1 more there. Blossy, though, steps on up. She's sustained heavy damage, though, limping through the rest of the round. GX has got to be wary of what's on the other side. Actually has to be wary of what's behind her. Purity all the way through is just holding the line, giving them that pivot point to head over towards B.
30 seconds left.
This pivot point's so important, but they're still pushing into Safia. She's full health, she's happy, she's got her stars down if she needs them, and she spots the shoulder there. The rotate should come in.
They are. They can't afford no time to respect these smokes here. Safia's going to hear the footsteps. Purity to jump on up, finds the headshot. That is the anchor cleared on out. Amazing flash from Jade. GX will fall. And Anasilia, last player standing, finds the first. Jade goes down. 2 remaining players low on health. Stomping, there's no point being quiet. They know where you are. Paranoia is not going to connect. It's going to give the idea of where Blossy is hiding, but doesn't know where the second is. All information out of date here. Hoping there's going to be a jump on up. Round the pillar, way closer than expected. And Purity, unknown right now. Knife goes out, the jump on up. Purity, unknown until the last second. Stabs the dagger on in and gets ATN a 7th. Clinging on to this, not letting Casey run away with a lead.
Yeah, no double digits for the Blues yet. And this fight towards mid, ATN getting 2 kills there was so crucial for the Rubies to be able to continue on with their push, to slow down the round and to force KC to rotate themselves out of position towards A. And I mean, if you're just looking at how ATN are playing this, they are allowing the time to go a little bit low. They're allowing themselves to not feel like they have to rush, not feel like they need to be...
They're actually kind of at the helm of that team as well, and they had amazing results there. So the fact that it's kind of translated and we've seen that be maybe a little bit of a confidence builder to go. But I think everything's back. I've been told that everything's stable, well, apart from me, but that's another day's problem. We're back into the game. We're back and ready to go. And we're exactly where we left off. ATN finding themselves that 7th. To keep that lead just within arm's reach. And now, guns on both sides, straight back into the thick of battle.
Yeah, but KC immediately taking this mid-control. Karina having to use this drone so early. I'm sure it'll be re-cleared here, potentially by another Prowler, or maybe just by facing it from KC. Yeah, there's the Prowler. Clears out mid, and Blossy's smoking it off. ATN want to fight for this.
That they do. Actually, maybe they don't. Maybe they don't want to fight for this. And we've seen this a lot, is it looks like they want to go for something, and then the immediate switch up played a little bit more passive. And that's made Casey maybe a little bit uncomfortable, constantly doubting where the offense is coming from. Jade straight through the map. The wall comes out there, but emboldened by the information from Jade, they're going to run on anyway. There's the foot pick, comes on through. Purity's found the second. Spike goes down. And so much time to set up into a post plant. They're not having the KC players breathing down their neck. And actually, I think KC just looking to pack it up and save for the next.
Yeah, I mean, money is so low for Carmen Core right now. They've got basically no choice. They could maybe kill Purity. I'm sure the call's been made that she's on such low health, but that's about it. And it's not really worth it, not worth the risk. You want to keep your 3 guns forward. And you don't want to allow Karina to get this Hunter's Fury online too soon either. So as a comeback from that tech pause, immediately ATN coming back with power, with force. Yes, they waited still at the beginning of that round in case there was some kind of tempo switch up from KC, but no. ATN's slow pace, whittling away the map and the resources from KC. Both of the Prowlers used there towards mid so early in the round, and ATN, they walk away with that round win.
I was going to say that might be a little bit of a worrying precedent if you're having to expend pretty hefty pieces of utility so early and they're not finding the impact. That leaves you incredibly weak. I mean, you've still got the gun in hand. Niglad's incredible player, but it's not exactly been their match so far in the frag department. So that utility's really been the contributor. If that's getting burned pretty quickly, it's going to be a bit of a worry. We go round. Coming on up. Celia actually looking just to head back in towards A. Bit of presence everywhere. The swing on out there. It's messy spray from JGX. Will punish. Karina clearing through mid with the drone. Not going to spot anything up close. But again, not looking to patch in that space.
No, they didn't want to risk going for that gun with GX so low. Keep her alive so she's got a utility. 3 guns still on for KC, and a missed flash there from Anacelia, a rare one. Allows ATN to really push towards mid, and they can look to ace split this pretty well with Celia following up the back. It's been spotted.
Bossy holding the line here. Karina nearby, but a huge fight on their hands. Karina takes down Glance. Alkia, the swing, though, they're not ready for it, even with 2 players there. Nobody's watching. Alkia now going to get pressured. Enters the dimensional drift. Oh, just about. Takes a little bit of damage, scares us in the process, and unfortunately is going to be one of the few players left alive when she bursts free there. A little bit of information about the player on the left-hand side, but that's going to be it. Needs to pull Safia on over. Those stars going to be regenerating, taking their time, so going to have to wait a beat before pushing if Alkia can find anything at all here to help alleviate, to break the surface tension of this site hold. Pushing on forward, Karina tucked on in. Smoke covers main, but that's only going to deal with 1 player. Purity on the angle gets dispatched of one. Now it's going to rely on Karina. Celia, though, peeks on out through the smoke. And ATN, another round. They close that gap on up. They are even Stevens on the scoreboard.
And it's the secret weapon to do it. Celia. Yeah, she's a rookie. Yeah, she might make mistakes, but she played that to perfection. Taking her time. Such a discipline coming out from such a young player is so rare to see. I mean, her swing out there and the spray at the end to stop KC from coming in from that retake. It's going to force this timeout. The first one we're seeing from KC in this map. And part of it, I imagine, is going to be talking about the economy, talk about the money, because it's not looking great. If they buy this up, they cannot buy the next. And ATN, that means potentially getting up to 11 unless KC can pull off another thrifty, which they're very good at. Do not get me wrong. In their previous matchup in the group stage, there was something like 6 thrifties, I think, between the 2 of them. Most of them on KC's part. But this is now the kind of big swing point. This is the swing round. If KC lose this, it's going to be so difficult to climb back up. But for ATN, they've got such a bank. They can go all the way to 12 and still buy ops most of the round if they want to, which Jade is going to do.
Why not? And we talked about this. ATN, you know, a great team for building momentum. KC, a team that's incredibly susceptible to it. And now The all-important round decides if ATN can take that lead. All on the line in the server. Jade finds the first immediately. What a beautiful way to find your entry into this round. You still know that there's another player here. I think Shoulder might just have been spotted. Glance has been called over incredibly quickly. Wasn't far away anyway, but just leaving Jade post up on the angle. Gonna use that drone as an entry. Purity straight onto site, quicker than they can imagine. One gets destroyed. Oh no, missed shot. Alkia will punish that. That's a little bit of a problem, a little bit of a mistake to be making, because still you've got to worry back sight. But Viper's pick comes on through here. That's going to make life a little bit difficult here. Nightfall not quite online yet, and that's going to make it really uncomfortable because the counter's not available to try stop this. They're just going to have to fight on in. And Acilia, fragment goes over. Flash to peek on into the smoke. The jump on in. Purity dips on out. Celia lines them up. Karina as well. And Red bleeds into the kill feed. And ATN, that is the statement round to take the lead in style and absolute brutality.
The rubies are just looking so good. I mean, opening up, yes, Jade with the op. You know she can do it. Alkia for a second bringing hope to the Carmine Core fans, but as soon as that Viper's pit is entered, KC are shut down. Hope there, yes, for Carmine Core, and you could see a few really nice things, but now they're down to an eco. 11 on the horizon for ATN as Jade's going for the same peak, and it works again.
Purity finds two. The Hunter's Fury comes on out, and actually gonna spot another player on through their glance, feeling the burn. Hair standing on edge, a little bit frazzled by that one, but Spike goes down on the other side, and I think you've just got to be looking at saving here. There's nothing you can find, and we talked about that last being the swing round, the last round being the cause of ATN's 11th, and the fact that it may very well be flawless is just the cherry on top of the absolutely magnificent Sunday that is this round.
And KC, they want to die to Spike. They've only got the Sheriff, so I'd imagine Jade gonna go hunting. She's low on health. Let her try and farm up towards that dimensional drift. She's going towards the right place to try and find these KC members. If she can get the Euro ult online, that's going to be such a boon for the future rounds.
Warner trying desperately to duck and weave, but failing to do either. Running on
He didn't
in.
need to die.
I mean, they've got the money to rebuy.
Race into the spike site.
But it feels like a little bit of an unnecessary waste of life.
Yeah, like,
Outlaw's
you
gonna
didn't
get
get the
chucked.
ult orb, but it's fine.
Yep.
At the end of the day, doesn't really matter. Now though, Alkia, this is a risky buy. You just saw the Outlaw in the previous round, and she's gone for the light shield op. Obviously, the Outlaw was thrown off of the map, but KC don't know that.
No, they
Carmine Corp don't know that this gun is in the sea. And that makes it so risky.
My worry is a little bit that KC have a lot of ultimates available, but if they burn through them, they're going to have nothing to stop ATN finding that 12th, or if this round goes wrong, nothing to stop them winning the map. Alkia, hyper-aggressive here, finds the first, immediately teleports on out, but to the other side of the map.
This is something that we've seen from Alkia so many times on maps like Pearl as well. She'll TP to the other side of the map and have to run, sprint.
You got to get those steps in. You got to get the steps in, you know?
She gets here in time though, before the exec.
That's very true, and that's a little bit of a problem because, again, just ready and available to go once more. Take hold. Lance, caught on out. The flash, amazing. Purity finds the trade there. 4 versus 4. Jade steps up. The op finding a little bit more. Alkia, really the hero here. All the knives miss, and Alkia is able to find a third, single-handedly trying to make a round out of this. Teleports on to the back of site here. Jade retrieving the spike, planting it, sent Blossy to go have a little bit of a look. Now concussed, but it's going to wear off by the time that anyone's even nearby to swing. Alkia, also the dimensional drift. Blossy, not actually going to get spotted there, I don't think. Oh, now has been spotted. Now they know. The burst on out. The swing off the back of it, not giving any space to work. The paranoia's been saved to the last second. Can't make something of it. And Jade there, using her teammate as a distraction, finds them the 12th. And a map we thought surely was KC's. It's starting to slip through their fingers.
And I mean, after such an opening pick from Alkia, this burst through the middle of sight from ATN with the flash from Jade. perfection. Alkia for a second looked like she could bring it back. I mean, she's hitting so many shots and Purity's knives just somehow miss her back. But ATN up to 12 and now KC, they've got a buy, but it's broken. Light shields, regen shields, a bulldog, and they've got most of their utility at the very least, but it's not paid them too many dividends so far. As ATN, they're just running it down towards A.
Did the Prowler just miss?
I'm not, maybe.
I'm not sure. I don't know if the Prowler spotted, but either way, near enough by to have a look. Spike goes down incredibly early, and again, we're in retake central here. ATN, oh, Jade round the corner gets one, finds a second. Now it is 2 for 2 in the kill feed. Flossie going down to problem, and Alkia making it happen. And look at it. Managing to put her teammate back together. Safi is going to find the last, and they will have time for the defuse. But, oh, it's close. And again, it's Alkia having to step up individually. This has not really been a cohesive effort. This has been a multi-kills to try find something. But they have found something.
They punished the aggressive post-plant from ATN. They saw it on the previous round and it wiped them out, but this time around, they're there to stop it in its tracks. And I mean, what can we say other than it's down to these Yorus finding so many timings, their aim so consistently good. And now Jade's gone for the operator again on the attack side, not over towards B this time, over mid. We're going to be taking this quite a long range battle over towards GX and Anacelia, seeing if she can find the advantage there. ATN, only one more needed.
2 chances to get it done. The Warriors, just how many ultimates KC have online to stop you, but Jade has got the operator and is going to immediately shut GX down. Now the question is, will she respawn next round? Can KC bring this back, or is this her done for the map? Jade posting on up onto the angle. Patience, a virtue. And glance, I mean, you don't want to peek that. You know the op was there, and you can see them backing away to play the extremities here. Sending these players to have a little bit of a look here. Safia finds the first. Actually not. It's going to be Anacelia finding the pick there. They're both going to retreat back. Purity, a little bit of spray damage there. Jade's cleared all the way through mid here. They're going to be ready for this. Out in the open, missed shot. Oh, and Safia does go back for seconds, finds it. But Purity's automatically found the trade there. City's still backside. They are hunting her down. Karina, oh, the jump on up used as a distraction. And ATN, they're everywhere all at once.
30 seconds left.
The Nightfall, though, this is the potential to come back in for KC. They can use the Fade ult. Not something you see a lot on Breeze because it's not as big an AoE as it once was. And I mean, look already where Purity's going. The knife in the back.
The knife in the back. Are they going to be ready for it? No, so distracted by the Nightfall, swings on out, and that could be it. Shock dart at Glance's feet, peeks on out, isolates the first fight, but Karina there to swing for the second, and ATN steal away their opponent. Map pick, Breeze is theirs, and they head on to Haven, a map that notoriously Casey looking a little bit shaky on as well. Everything they could want and more handed to them. Not even handed to them, they fought for this. They grabbed this down at a disadvantage at the half, and what a way to come back into this.